Welcome back to the PWC channel for our first playoff match of this season on the channel. I'm really excited for this. It is the Dartrix League playoff match between GalacticEmpire and Spookz. And Spookz is actually still pretty new to Dartrix League. He took over a team, I think, of Blackout EDC very late in the season. And yeah, he actually still managed to make playoffs. That's really exciting. So one of the lower seeds, but still. And his opponent, GalacticEmpire, had a really solid season overall. I think he's like 7th or 8th seeds at the end there. And yeah, so these guys are gonna go at it right now. As you can see, Spookz has the really interesting signature of Sudowoodo there on the bottom left here, so that's going to be interesting. That's pretty much his signature Pokemon for the season. He already had that in the Wi-Fi League where he also competed. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what it can do. And then for GalacticEmpire, we do have the Terra Captain, aka signature, which is this Chestnut right here. And yeah, what I can say is that by the looks of it, Spookz has a really tough matchup, especially obviously against Mamoswine. Like that's the case for so many teams. He really struggles to switch into it. Like he has potentially a Fizdef Talonflame that might be able to deal with it. Ferrophone obviously can take like 1 or 2 hits, but yeah, if this comes in repeatedly, that's going to be a problem definitely for Spookz. Then on the other hand, the Talonflame is really good against GalacticEmpire's team, I've noticed. Oh, he's Terra Ice Chestnut. Wow, very interesting. All right. See the Terra Blast turn 1 here. And yeah, this Chestnut, he doesn't have an Ice Resist on the team, so he can just pretty much spam the Terra Blast here. That's a really interesting choice. I didn't even know that Chestnut got Terra Blast, but apparently, hopefully, it does. Because we've already had a DQ in playoffs in Wi-Fi. We don't need another one. But yeah, I'm sure it does if he is using it. All right, now Spookz has to decide what he wants to do. This Dragon Claw seems a little bit like neither here nor there on Chestnut. If anything, I would have expected a dual Wing Beat, which GalacticEmpire doesn't really have the best flying resist. He only has this Klefki, which obviously would be weak to a potential Earthquake. So yeah, there we go. Now he has to make a decision. I think Ferrothorn definitely is a possible switch in, but you know that it also has the Fighting Step, so probably not. Talonflame, you don't really want to take any damage because Memo. Yeah, it's tough right off the bat. As I said, I think this matchup is more tough for Spookz than it is for GalacticEmpire. At least that was my impression upon looking at it. And yeah, so we are gonna see here. Oh, so he actually goes into the Talonflame, takes 45% from a leftover Chestnut. I'm not sure if this is even defensive. So yeah, it's probably not gonna take a Mamoswine Icicle Crash from this range, I would assume. But yeah, as I said, GalacticEmpire also struggles to switch into this Talonflame. His best bet is probably like Blastoise on this predicted Flare Blitz here, or Overheat, or whatever Talonflame likes to carry these days. I've seen a lot more special Talonflames lately, which makes sense because Hurricane doesn't have any recoil. Even though it is a useless move in general because it never hits. But anyway, now GalacticEmpire is thinking what he should do here. Yeah, I think at the end, unless this is like a Shell Smash Blastoise, he's gonna have no choice to either go into the Blastoise or pretty much sack something. Because Talonflame is a problem if it has like a fire move now. And yeah, we shall see. Like just looking at Shell Smash Blastoise, it's tough, but I guess. But you have to circumvent Seismitoad and Ferrothorn, and you need the Ice Beam for Dragonite. So I think that's gonna be tough. How would you do that? Like you need Shell Smash, Ice Beam, Aura Sphere definitely for Ferro, and then you need a Water move for the other things here. So all right, he goes into the Blastoise. All right. Whereas Spookz makes an interesting double switch into Muk Alola. So that's probably a prediction. And that's really nice because now he gets to fire off a knockoff to hurt the Klefki a little bit, which is very welcome, I suppose. Or did he predict? Nah, he probably predicted the switch into Blastoise, which is interesting because that's yeah, but I guess what else was Galactic Empire gonna do? So yeah, there we go, Blastoise versus Muk. It's a nice thing because we're likely gonna get to scout whether this Blastoise does have Flip Turn, because if he has it, he's likely gonna use it now. And then, yeah, the switch into Klefki is rather obvious at this point. And I'm interested to see if Spookz has a plan for this. If this was like a double to now somehow catch the Klefki. Maybe with like a... does Muk get Infestation? That would be a potential move right here. Because without Klefki, the Dragonite is pretty good against Galactic's team, but it is also pretty weakened at this point already, so we shall see how it goes. Yeah, but it's looking so tough, honestly, the matchup does for Spookz, in my opinion. But yeah, definitely has Galactic Empire thinking here. Because, so he goes into Klefki. Yeah, what else? Oh, he does just goes for Poison Jab. Interesting. Interesting, not even knockoff. Right? Wonder what that's about. I hope he knows that we have lock off legal here. Oh, and he goes for Thunder Wave on the Dark type. Well, that's not quite it, because as most of you will probably know, that Dark types are immune to Prankster moves. So yeah, if Galactic forgot about that, he's gonna remember it now. And yes, there we see the knockoff, which honestly I expected initially. Like, what was the benefit of going for Poison Jab over knockoff there? I don't think there's a single mon on Galactic's team that gets hit harder by the Poison Jab than it would get hit by the knockoff. Not a single one. So that's really interesting to me. So not only did he... I mean, it doesn't matter now, because at this point it's just like he had switched, hit the Klefki on the knockoff, on the switch in. But that's obviously only because Galactic Empire predicted a switch out. So Galactic just said in the chat, I see we both out here making some predictions. Yeah, they indeed are. But honestly, on the Spookz prediction, I still don't know. Like, look at the 6 months and tell me which mon gets even hit harder by Poison Jab than it does by knockoff. There's not a single one, so that just was a classic little misplay there. But it does have the Fire Punch, which I guess is nice, which does some damage at least to the Klefki. And the knockoff is really annoying because it got knocked off the Light Clay before it was able to put out any screens. So yeah, these screens are not going to last for as long as Galactic would like. But yeah, I wonder what we are going to see now. Is he going to... Honestly, if I were Spookz, I would probably just knock off, because eventually Galactic is going to switch out. He's not going to stay in with this Klefki forever. He just goes for... Oh, he has Brick Break. That's really nice. So this is like a anti-Klefki Muk or what? That's interesting. All right, so yeah, pretty much Galactic is wasting like 2/3 of his Klefki right here for no return, pretty much. So yeah, that was a really nice set by Spookz. So now we know the entire set, so it's probably going to be Assault Vest as well, as most Muks are. That would make sense with the 4 attacking moves it has. Alright, and now it goes on Galvantula on the Fire Punch. Wow, this Muk is huge for Spookz right now. It's turning the game around big time. So that was insane progress right here. So basically killed like 2/3 of a Klefki and 80%, 85% of a Galvantula right there. So yeah, that's nice for Spookz, definitely. Goes into Seismitoad now. Well, Galvantula does learn Energy Ball. And I'm also very surprised to not see a... Oh, it does Giga Drain. Oh, wow, and Spookz was not ready for it. And now all the beautiful progress just vanished into thin air. And I was going to say I'm surprised to not see a Sticky Web, but looking at it, yeah, Sticky Web does a sum total of 0 because the only ones with any speed are off the ground. So yeah, that definitely does make sense after all. And out comes the Assault Vest Mug again. And honestly, at this point, well, Klefki still have Thunder Wave, does have Thunder Wave, which might be useful later in the game still with the priority, but it's so tough to switch into this Mug. It's really tough because what do you want to lose its item? It's tough because what even O-Coast this Mug apart from Mamoswine, and you don't want to switch into Mamoswine, so yeah, it's really tough. You can probably afford to make like one prediction with the Mamo against it, like click Icicle Crash on it, because it can't really hurt Mamo that bad. I guess Brick Break, you don't really want to eat it, but you definitely can. It's going to do like 60% max, I think, to Mamo. But yeah, as I said, you have to get this free switch. Wow, he goes into Meloetta. What the hell? Like, these switch-ins are pretty crazy, honestly. What's Meloetta going to do to a Mug? And what if it had eaten a knockoff here? All right, so it is poisoned. And yeah, now maybe it has close combat because it's the Relic Song thingy. Galactic says in the chat, crap, I thought I wasn't taking chip. I'm playing so bad right now. Well, yeah, definitely I do agree to some degree that some of these switches seem to me to be pretty erratic. So if anything, I would have sacked the Klefki for good, as it is at such low health. And you still have probable Ice Shard to kill off the Dragonite if it should ever get set up. So that doesn't really need the Klefki, I don't think, at this point. You could just switch it into Mug, try to set up another Reflect, or even get a last-ditch play off on it for some chip damage, and then get the free switch into Mamo. I think that would have been ideal. But yeah, now you have this Meloetta, which is also 2/3 dead and poisoned, so not ideal. And yeah, what is Meloetta gonna do to Mug? The best case scenario, it's like physically offensive, supposed to Relic Song close combat. But yeah, that's still definitely not gonna kill or anything, so tough. So yeah, as I said, very advantageous matchup for Galactic Empire, but Spookz definitely made some huge progress, but they are also dealing blows a little bit because Spookz made this huge progress with the Mug, but then he just sacked his Seismitoad for a Giga Drain, which he apparently didn't see coming. And yeah, that pretty much negated most of the progress on Galvantula again. But yeah, I think this matchup is pretty exciting because I would love to see both these guys in quarterfinals, to be honest. All right, he does indeed. Oh, Relic Song puts people to sleep. Is that like... That's gotta be like hacks, right? Galactic says, oh my, in the chat. Oh, wow. I honestly, I've never really seen Relic Song before. I don't know. Oh, and he does have close combat. Wow, so interesting. Well, this is potentially faster than Talonflame. So he should definitely stay here and try to get another close combat off. I hope he prepped the speed decently for it. All right, looks like he did. All right, so now the Mamoswine has a field day, honestly. And, well, he either has Sucker Punch on Sudowoodo or E-Speed on Dragonite, or else he's gonna eat another hit here. But yeah, if this was like, yeah, so he's gonna have Sucker Punch here on the Sudowoodo, meaning that Sudowoodo, the little beast, is gonna get another kill, which you love to see here. But yeah, very, very interesting to see the Relic Song Meloetta put in work, even though it was mostly due to Hex. I wonder what the sleep chances on Relic Song. I'm gonna check that out after the match. It's such a rarely seen move. Ground. Oh, he goes for rock polish. Wow. He actually predicted the switch out. So, noob question. Is Meloetta now base form again, or is it still in the thingy form? And we're gonna see a head smash kill on the Sudowoodo. Alright, let's go. For some reason, well, it can't get T-waved, so he has to go into Klefki probably and reflect now. That's insane. Does Sudowoodo even outspeed Galvantula now? I'm honestly not sure it does. It definitely doesn't outspeed the Meloetta if it's still in relic form. But if Spookz manages to turn this game around with freaking Sudowoodo of all things, after this insane prediction, well, it was nice for GalacticEmpire because he surely predicted the Sucker Punch here. And Spookz just went YOLO, don't care. Insane. What a crazy match, honestly. Such crazy plays here. And I love to see them work out like this one. Alright, so GalacticEmpire thinking now. It's tough. I think he should finally probably sack his Klefki unless this Meloetta is still in relic form. But even then, alright, yeah, he does go for Klefki. He's gonna go for Reflect. And probably die to Earthquake, honestly. He rock polishes again, so now he's gonna be faster than Meloetta for sure. Even if it is in some weird form. And yeah, with the Reflect up, I don't think Galactic has to worry about anything too much because definitely Blastoise is gonna take it and knock out the Sudowoodo now. Yeah, Meloetta he still has in the back for some, maybe a close combat late game on Pharaoh or something, or even the Mug, which is still asleep. So yeah, that's definitely a nice for Galactic here. So yeah, he pretty much gets to choose what he wants to do now because, well, Pharaoh still at full health is annoying, but I think it can only wall one of these guys. If this is like Shell Smash, then it can take a Aura Sphere, but after that, the Mamoswine will just clean up. And the other way around, if it takes like a hit of Mamoswine, then this Blastoise will clean up if it ever gets to Shell Smash up, because Muk is asleep. So yeah, if I were that's exactly what I would have done if I were Galactic. I would go into Blastoise here, first of all, and then we shall see. Oh, he goes for Wood Hammer, alright. Yeah, that's thanks to the Reflect, it doesn't do as much, and it is apparently not a Shell Smash set. But it's gonna have Aura Sphere, right? If you know the opponent has a Ferrothorn, you would expect it to. But yeah, if this Pharaoh ever gets chipped now, then Mamoswine will just clean up the match. So yeah, that's gonna be tough for Spookz. Oh, he does go for Shell Smash now. Interesting. Well, let's see. And he goes for Substitute. All right. So yeah, he's gonna have Water Move, he's gonna have Ice Beam, and he's gonna have Aura Sphere. I'm pretty sure. That just makes so much sense against this team. Substitute. Wonder what the set is here. Interesting. Yeah, he does have the Aura Sphere. And he goes for sub again. Okay, I'm so ready for another crazy set here. But now he's gonna kill him with Power Whip. Alright. Yeah, he just needs to chip it. Maybe he can fire off another close combat now with Meloetta, which is exactly what he does. Let's see if it has Protect, and that's gonna be annoying. But no, he sacks off the Mug instead. Very sensible play. But now he doesn't have a switch in for Memo, so he's gonna have to sack it. But yeah, this is getting interesting. The Pharaoh is gonna be huge for Spookz in this late game because I'm pretty sure it's still not in Memo range here. If this is like Bandit Memo, then he has to click Icicle Crash now. And if it's not banded, I wonder how could this... it can only one-shot Pharaoh with superpower, but I don't think that's even going to be enough from 69%. Funny percent, by the way. Goes into Dragonite, and he goes for Icicle Crash. Now that leads me to believe that it's banded. And that means... yeah, that means that he switches out here, can get a... what's it called? Off. Bug Buzz off on the Pharaoh. Oh, that's interesting. Well, because if it goes for Substitute here, the Pharaoh does, predicting the switch out, which it might do, because Galactic pretty much can't stay in, because a Power Whip is going to be the end here for him, and then he's just going to... oh, he stays in. Oh, yeah, he is... wow, he's super banded. All right. So, yeah, I was going to say that's probably even the better play. Yeah, Spookz says, well, GG's. Yeah, there was definitely some hacks involved for GalacticEmpire there. But I think if it had Bug Buzz, it was probably gonna be game anyway. Or maybe if the Mug gets the first turn wake there, it could have been enough. Wow, what a close game. That could have gone either way in the end there. Crazy. So it was Bandit Memo. That came in huge. I was thinking maybe he would switch out at the end there with the Memo into Galvantula, going for Bug Buzz to chip down the Pharaoh. But the tough thing about that is that you can't break a substitute with Bug Buzz, obviously, because it goes through the sub. So you would have to kill it in order for that to work. But then again, Pharaoh probably can't do that much damage to Galvantula also. So yeah, not sure. I think both cases Galactic was more likely to win it, but yeah, the flinch definitely sealed the deal. Without the flinch, I think at this point he could have had a chance, Spookz would have, to win it, because then he just needed to wake up with the Mug, and the Fire Punch would have done it probably. As we saw earlier, it did a lot of damage to Galvantula. So yeah, all right, GG. In any case, there's no point in debating about hacks. Congrats to GalacticEmpire for making it to the second round of playoffs. And yeah, much thanks to Spookz for being such a great replacement in Dartrix League. I hope you had fun, and definitely insane work you put in with the Sudowoodo there. Love to see it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.